Thank you so very much. We have two guests that are helping us out today. We have Pam Hillias on viola. Thank you, Pam, for being here. And we have on piano, we have Alice Williams, who is also helping us out. She's in the back. She plays some piano and a little bit of percussion. I actually convinced her to play percussion. Begrudgingly, she's going to help us. The next piece is going to feature a little bit of the piano and our two cellists, and that is Michelle and Ron. This is Cantique de Noël. It's actually also known as, and I want to make sure I say this right, O Holy Night. Originally, it was written in Latin, and it was, again, like anything else, they transposed the language into English, and now we're going to do an arrangement that was done by a group called Mannheim Steamroller. And if you've heard them, I heard some moans and groans of, yeah, it's good stuff. This is an arrangement by them that's, if you've not heard of Mannheim Steamroller, listen to them. They're an American group who combined jazz, electronic music, and done wonderful things with Christmas music. So this is our arrangement of Cantique de Noël, or O Holy Night.
year, we added this piece to our repertoire, and our conductor at that time, Kevin Willie, indicated that it was an old hymn, which had been in the Episcopal and Methodist hymnals and so on. And I'd never heard of it before. So I got to snooping around. There was an old hymnal laying around here, so I looked it up. Sure enough, there it was. Was In the Moon of Wintertime. And I put some copies on the table in case any of you wanted to follow along with the words. But do any of you remember singing this at some point in you do? Some of you? You see that it's Native American from the Huron tribe. Kevin was from Appalachia, so he was running with there. But anyway, we're going to play It Was in the Moon of Wintertime, and you have the words. You don't have to sing along, just so you know what it's about.
that's been one of our favorites to rehearse. Not really. We've had a lot of fun doing that one. We've really enjoyed that. Next piece is a piece that Ron Wilcott, one of our cellists, recommended. And I think last year Kevin may have sang this piece at Christmas. And then they said, Don, you're going to play this year. And I said, I do whatever they tell me. So we're going to play a piece that was written in 1947, I believe. 57. And it was recorded in 1960 by the one and only Nat King Cole. And it was on his Christmas album that year. And once he recorded that, the tune became famous. So we're going to do our version of A Cradle in Bethlehem. That won't be too loud. I promise. There you go. The next piece has a claim to fame of being recorded, known recordings of over 137,000 recordings of this piece alone. That's a lot of recordings of Silent Night. So we're not going to record ours, but we're going to play it for you. Here's our version of Silent Night. The next piece is entitled Eine kleine Bell Music. The story of this piece is it was written by Ron Wilcott. Ron, raise your hand, wave, yes, here. Ron taught school at this. You wrote this when you were at Loyola, correct? And he wrote in his notes that he had to admit that he, as a teacher, had a messy desk. Who would have thought a teacher have a messy desk? But he had a messy desk. And he was studying the score of Eine kleine Nachtmusik by Mozart. And then all this kind of nonsense started taking place as far as how can I combine a Christmas song with Eine kleine? Well, he found a marvelous way of creating a piece with Eine kleine Nachtmusik and Jingle Bells, and all in one. And I will tell you, if you Google this piece, Eine kleine Nachtmusik, Eine kleine Bell Music, you will find all sorts of junior high and high school groups that are performing his music. It's a delight to know that we have a composer in our midst. So this is our rendition of Eine kleine Bell Music by our one and only Ron Wilcott. I always tell Ron he probably should have more Missy desks so he could write more songs, and he did a great job. Next piece we're going to do is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And it's funny because this piece of music was written for the movie, and I want to make sure, is a Judy Garland movie called, oh my goodness, Meet Me in St. Louis. So it's a great movie, and it was written for the movie, but Judy Garland hated it. She sent it back to the guy. She said, listen, this is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And the piece was really, really dark. It was, about life not being good, all that stuff. So Judy Garland insisted. He went back and wrote it. And it became a hit for Judy Garland. In 1944, she sang it for the troops in World War II, and it brought them to tears. So I'm glad that she made the change. And then, of course, Old Blue Eyes himself, Frank Sinatra, said it's not good enough yet. So in 1960, he had rewritten it again, and the composer did that. And now we know, really, the third iteration of the Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas was actually because of Frank Sinatra. So here's our version without Frank Sinatra. Here's Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. hand for Audrey. Audrey on First Family. Yeah, excellent. Well done. Well done. Next we're going to do is known as a Christmas carol, but it's more of a West Indies Christmas carol. It's the Virgin Mary had a baby boy, and the origins of how it got to America and how it got translated is really quite unknown. But they do know it is from the African nation that just kind of moved in with all the immigration and all of the slavery, unfortunately, that was brought over, and this piece was taken from that root of the West African and brought into United States kind of American language. So this is our version. You're going to hear Leslie on drums. You're going to hear Alice on claves. And you're going to hear the rest of us, and we're going to have some fun playing a little bit of West African music for you. Here we go. I love it. I'm not sure if strings are meant to play West African Indies music, but we did it. And I'm very proud of this group because where we started a couple months ago and where we're at today is beautiful. We are very, very happy. We are happy. We're not going to complain. How about, Audrey's the one that brought this to us. So thanks, Audrey. Thank you. Away in the Manger is our next piece. And it's interesting because the piece, I'm going to say this correctly, Tony, is known as a originally written as a children's hymn. And the thought was that, oh my goodness, help me with the German reformist. I'm trying to think of the gentleman that was a German reformist who Martin Luther. It's thought that during his time that this piece was written, 400 years ago, was written, And it was thought that it was written for his kid or some kids. And all of a sudden, it's been changed hands, that actually the pieces really changed hands, and it's a completely different version than what was written by Martin Luther and all those guys in the Reformist period. And it's more of a piece that was written in 1945, is what they're thinking. So it's changed hands, but regardless, it's a beautiful piece, and we're going to play right now for you, Away in the Manger. I hope I didn't confuse you too much, because I'm very confused. Thank you so much for being such a gracious audience. this will be our last piece, but again, would like to thank Pam and Alice. Thank you so very much. But there are many more in this group. The entire ensemble has been just such a welcome group for me. And I did introduce myself. I'm the conductor, because they let me be the conductor. My name is Jaramillo. So I'm a part of this group that Garden Study Strings. We meet every Tuesday from 1 to 3. Right after this last piece, we're going to pack everything up and head on over to the library. We have a performance for the Memory Cafe folks there. So we're going to do a little bit of a concert, and Leslie on guitar is going to do a little sing-along, and we're going to all, I'm not sure if we're going to sing, but I know that we're going to play along. And then next week, we have a wonderful performance to be at the airport. We're going to be welcoming people coming into the airport, and for us, it's just another spot to perform. So thank you very, very much. I would like to give a shout out to one of our members, Tracy, who is basically our manager, but she keeps us all in line with emails and music. So Tracy, thank you for everything that you do. And what I really appreciate is everyone is volunteering. There isn't anybody, this is not a paid venture by any stretch of imagination. We just have a great time making music. If you know anyone or you have that person that would like to join us, you're more than welcome to do that. We have a great time, and we'll play some Christmas music for the next couple of weeks, and then we'll take a little bit of a break, and we're right back at it in January. So again, Pastor Dan, thank you very, very much for having us here. Thank you for the use of the facility, and thank you all of you. I hope you had a great lunch. And our last piece is going to be, "O Come All Ye Faithful."
Thank you.